So some highlights for you, some amazing tennis by some of the best players in the world, and that's to be expected because this is the season-ending World Tour for the best 8 players in the world. Dumnodo Konta has joined me now. Dum, let me welcome you to Sports Tonight. This very beautiful Tuesday. Yeah, a lot to look forward to this week, particularly for the leagues, the Nigerian National League and the Globe Premier League. But before I come to you to talk about all the problems and the protests and the appeals and the non-appeals, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about the politics of the game very, very quickly. And this time we want to talk about the elections. The elections have come and gone, but there is still the little issue of the Elections Appeals Committee. And they will be meeting in Abuja. They will be sitting tomorrow and the day after. And at the end of the 2 days of sitting, we expect that they will make pronouncements, either upholding the elections of Amaju Pinnick or the protests and the petitions of some persons will be looked into depending on whatever happens at the end of the day. But we, in our usual style, have gone behind the scene, gone to dig up a few things, a few documents to find out exactly what the appeals committee will be sitting on tomorrow and the day after. And we discovered that Barrister Ike Igbokwe, who is the vice chairman of the NFF disciplinary committee, had a petition, and that's going to be one of the major things that the appeals committee will be looking at today, I beg your pardon, tomorrow and the day after. And we're excited to just bring for you a summary of the prayers or the petition of Ike Igbokwe. Bring it out for you to see, and then just talk about it very quickly, and then move on to some other issues as well that are also coming up after the elections held in Warri, Delta State, September 30. Well, Igbokwe's petitions, as you can see on your screen, is saying that the NFF Electoral Committee was not properly constituted. It says the chairman of the Electoral Committee, Barrister Joe Ebome,
it's supposed to be Samson Ebome.
Samson Ebome, it says he's not a member of the NFF. That's one of the petitions of Ike Igbokwe. And then it says that the election of Amaju Pinnick as president and the election of Seyi Akinwumi as first vice president, both Southerners, although not from the same geopolitical zone, which I think is the real issue, negated federal character principle of the Constitution of Nigeria. And then I think one more petition, I mean, just to summarize, amongst the other things that they listed, one more, I'm sure it's going to come on your screen any moment from now, has to do with allowing Mr. Felix Anyansi to contest the elections when another person from the state, Abia, Chief Emeka Yama, was already on the NFF Executive Committee. Well, very quickly, Dumnodi, let's look at this. Samson Ebome, chairman of the Electoral Committee, was picked by the Congress of the Nigerian Football Federation to be the chairman of the Electoral Committee. But I know for a fact that he was one of the main consultants to the league management company on club licensing.
Legal consultant.
Yeah.
Legal consultant.
On club licensing, which is a key part of club administration, football administration in Nigeria. Does that make him a member of the NFF?
Well, he's a member of the football body. And you know, the club licensing regime is the brainchild of the NFF under FIFA and CAF.
FIFA and CAF, not brainchild of NFF, no, FIFA and CAF.
Within Nigeria, from FIFA and CAF. So they are the they administer or supervises or that club licensing regime. So I don't know where that's applied. Then talking about people from the same group.
Let's take it one issue at a time. I think that clearly shows that Samson Ebome qualifies to be
a member
of the NFF, because if you are doing that kind of work for the league,
it's like Igbokwe becoming a member
of the disciplinary committee. Yeah. So I think maybe he didn't really look at that aspect of all of it.
Yes.
So I think that clarifies the issues of Samson Ebome.
Because even the LMC is a creation of the NFF.
Yes, and they are members of the NFF. So I think that, yeah. What about Amaju Pinnick, Seyi Akinwumi, South, and Southwest?
I don't know whether it's on the basis of the geopolitical zones we operate under the Constitution or the old North and South protectorate.
That's a long one. I mean,
I don't know, because when you say North and South,
Yeah.
we operate the geopolitical zone system, which is there are 6.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about from 1914 to when the geopolitical zone was set up, then I can say that, but I don't know where it's...
No, but the recent status of the NFF deals with the 6 geopolitical zones.
So
So
the old system of North and South protectorate.
Amaju and Shia Akinwumi are not from the same geopolitical zone. So they are qualified to be on the board as president and first vice president. If they were from the same geopolitical zone, then there would be a problem.
We can question that.
Yeah, we can question that.
And the third one.
Well, the third one, Dumnodi,
Very controversial.
Very controversial.
But we had similar circumstances in 2010.
And it went to arbitration.
And that was it was equally trashed out after the arbitration. And
arbitration says,
any of the person under question, that's Emeka Yama, has not ended. It's going to end in 2016 January. So he's still substituting, even though he never resigned, but went to consent on it. But he's post, because there are 4 of them. I think, is it 4? No, 4. The leagues.
Yes.
The leagues. The Women League, the Nationwide League,
Amateur.
the National League, and the, I think there are just 3 of them.
The LMC.
That's it. So they are still substituting. So I think their tenure has not ended because the elections will be conducted after, I think, January 2016. So that has been trashed out at the arbitration level in 2010. So I don't know where he had that, but maybe the appeals committee will look at the merit of his argument and in line with what with precedent.
Yes,
before they come out with their decision.
All right, but I mean, it's important for us to do this so that we will also remind people of what happened in 2010, so that you don't forget that that issue was an arbitration issue, and arbitration ruled on it that the NFF are the ones that should adjust their statutes to accommodate those coming from the leagues as separate from those that are ordinary members of the NFF.
Because the election was not conducted on the same
day
with the other
on the same day. Right. But I appreciate Ike Bokwe. Other persons probably will have gone to civil courts. It is important for you to follow football procedures, go to the appeals. But let's see what the appeals will make of his petition tomorrow. And I'm sure whatever decisions the appeals come up with will be in the interest of Nigerian football. That's something Ebume that you are seeing on your screen, and the elections as well held in Warri. A lot of issues. But I hope that after the appeals tomorrow and the day after, we will have dispensed with this once and for all in the interest of Nigerian football. I think that settles it, Dumnodi.
Yes, let's allow the appeals to do their job from Wednesday and Thursday, and without any question. Without
any question, okay. So I think that will settle it, but we'll keep reflecting on these things going forward. Okay, Dumnodi, let's come now to the football on the pitch. Let's leave the boardroom, let's leave the election hall, and talk about the football on the pitch. What's going on? It's the trend now.
And it's becoming very interesting.
It's becoming a new trend.
It's like the Arab Spring.
Yeah. It is starting small. We have raised a very vital point. It is starting small, but I'm sure it's going to get stronger and stronger as we go on. It started, remember, in Rivers State, players of Dolphins and Sharks marched to the government house.
And Rivers Angels.
Then it moved to Bayelsa.
No, it moved to Akwa Ibom.
Sorry. Then it moved to Akwa Ibom. Players of Akwa United marched to the government house, and they got rewarded. The government was released by the governor. What do we have on the screen?
These ones are players of Bayelsa United. Bayelsa is currently in Benin City playing their league games.
But because there's no good stadium yet
in Yenegua, they have to take their protest to Yenegua because they've seen the other team do that, and they get reward, and they get attended to quickly. Because these players have been grumbling. Tony, I remember a particular training I monitored with Bayelsa.
They've been under financial stress for a long time.
They don't go for training. There was a match that was supposed to go. You know what they did? They said they did what called choose who you will serve this day. They were divided. The senior players didn't go. The key players didn't even go for that game, and the other players went. This has been going on over, it's like a recurring thing. And Bayelsa United, they felt the last game of the season is going to be against Atlant, and after the season ends by Monday, these things will just go.
Forget about it.
That's it.
Once the season ends, you're not going to get your money.
So they needed to take these things to the government house because they are players of Bayelsa United. They have a genuine.
What are they protesting? How many months are they being owed? How many?
The Bayelsa case is I don't know. It's a case of
what's going on?
It's a case of
a team that always won the title.